Bismillah walhamdulillah. Alright guys, assalamu alaikum. Just going to delve in here. So in the second part of lesson 15 with Sheikh Omar, we covered the passive doer, which is known as Majhool. So there's two types of doers when it comes to verbs. The first is a known doer, which is ma'roof, and the second is an unknown doer, which is Majhool. So what does that really mean? We got two examples here. So this is an example where the doer is known. The boy hit the ball, right? We know the boy is the one who is doing the action. Yeah. Then the second example, we have the ball was hit. We know the ball was hit, but we don't know who it was done by. So the doer is unknown, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one thing to keep in mind is that majhool verbs are transitive by nature. And as we discussed, transitive verbs are ones that require objects, right? So if you have a verb that's majhool, it's going to need an object to make sense. If I said, was hit, well, we need to know what's hit, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. We need to know that a ball was hit. Okay, so how to make a majhool sentence? There's 4 steps. So you start off with your verbal sentence, which is كتب زيد كتاب, which means Zayd wrote a book. So what I do first is take the verb and put it on the pattern of فُعِلَ فُعِلَ. So كُتِبَ كُتِبَ. This is the sign of a majhool verb. When you see a verb put into a state of u'ila, that means that it's now majhool. And it doesn't matter what group it's a part of, whether it's part of the nasara, the fataha, the daraba, the sami'a, the hasiba, or the karuma. Remember those 6 codes that we learned with Sheikh? The ones that change when they're in present tense, the middle radical? Doesn't matter. They're all going to be kutiba. So it would be duriba, nusira, futiha, hasiba, husiba, kurima, right? All of them when you put them into the majhool form. The second thing is that you kick out the doer, so Zayd's out of the picture. Completely remove him. Next up, you make the object take the place of the doer, right? So whatever state the doer was in, you make the object take that. So we have here, it was in a state of nasb, it was in a state of rafa', so now you'll see the object takes on a state of rafa', right? That's why it's kitabun now. And it becomes kutiba kitabun, which means a book was written. So step 1, find the verb in the sentence, put it on the pattern of fu'ila. Step 2, kick out the doer. Step 3, make the object like how the doer was, right? Just kind of copy and paste it over and change it to match. So Sheikh then did another example, and we'll walk through the 3 steps once again, where he said, ba'atha, there should be an ayn in there. Please pretend there's an ayn in there like that. بَعَثَ الطَّالِبَ الْمُعَلَّمُ مُعَلَّمُ. So can you guys identify who the doer is here, and the object and the verb? Hey, give it a shot.
Alright, so mu'allamu is the person in the word, right?
Yeah, the doer.
The doer.
How'd you know that?
It's mu'allim.
Right, it's because it's the dhamma on the end, right?
Oh yeah.
And then we know taliba is the object because of the fatha. What Sheikh wanted to point out with this example is that the object can come before the doer. So you really got to pay attention to the endings, right? Because in this case we see the object before the doer, which we usually don't see. Usually what we've seen is cases like this, where we have the doer, which is in a state of rafa, and then we have after the object, which is in a state of nasb. But that's not the case here. So we just wanted to point that out to us, right? So this here means the teacher sent the student. So the first step is to take the verb and put it on the pattern of fu'ila. So it becomes bu'itha الطالب المعلم. Next up, you kick out the doer. So the doer was the teacher, you kick them out. And then after that, you take the object and you put it on the same pattern that the doer was on. And what you're left with is bu'itha الطالب, which means the student was sent. So we started off with the teacher sent the student, and then it was left with the student was sent. Teacher was removed from the equation, and now the doer is unknown.
Mm-hmm.
So what Sheikh taught us after was just the chart pretty much of the majhool. You can take a verb and you can put it on the chart form. So we'll do that here with daraba. Daraba usually means to hit, right? So now it would become duriba, which means he was hit. We don't know who did the hitting, we just know somebody was hit. Duriba, they were hit, or both of them were hit. Or, sorry, they were hit, or they both were hit. Yeah, my bad. Both were hit. Yeah. They were hit, or they all were hit. Yeah. Over here. Hit. Yeah. So ضربت, she was hit, right? It used to be ضربت, which was she hit. Then ضربتا, they were hit, or they both were hit. ضربنا, they were hit, or they all were hit. ضربت, you were hit. ضربتما, you both were hit. ضربتم, you all were hit. ضربتي, you were hit. ضربتما, you both were hit. ضربتن, you all were hit. And finally, or second last, ضربت, I was hit. And then ضربنا, we were hit. Yeah, guys, that's Majhool. Boom. Alright, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.